A while back, I did a review video of Dorico, Steinberg's new notation software. That was version 1. Since then, they've released version 2 and several maintenance updates where they've added a ton of features. Some of you have asked what I think of the new version, and that's what we're going to look at now. First thing, so I'm going to open up a new project, and I'm going to start with the film orchestra template, because several of the new features center around composing to picture. The first is the ability to attach video to your project, and that's as easy as heading over to the Setup tab, right-clicking your flow, select Video, and attach. This uses the same video player that you'll find in Cubase, which is sufficient. It doesn't support every format, but if you bend to its will, it'll get the job done. Next feature they've added to Dorico are large time signatures, made for the scoring stage so you can see them at a distance. This is a nice touch. Now, the feature that I'm most glad they've added is a simple one. If you're producing lead sheets or creating rhythm exercises, you know that sometimes it's more cumbersome than helpful to have to look at notes. Sometimes you just want to show the groove only. Say, the strum pattern of a guitar chord progression. Now, we have a solution to that in notation: rhythm slashes. And in Dorico, converting notes to rhythm slashes is super simple. Done. This might seem like a small feature, but it's the kind of thing that can save a lot of time. You can also input your notation via keyboard, recording live to a click. Some neat, subtle features here. You can even input directly to a grand staff across bass and treble clefs using a predefined split point. And once you've got your notes in, you can even edit MIDI data directly, drawing in curves for volume, expression, mod, and so forth, just like you can in your DAW. Now, of course, this doesn't show up anywhere on your score, but it will give you control over the sound of your playback, which is helpful when you're creating a mock-up. There's also lots of new shortcuts and convenience additions, like the system track. It's always at the top of your project. You can mouse over it, and in one click, delete a measure or add new ones. It's nice. Now, adding staves or creating divisi parts is really flexible in Dorico too. You can pretty much add or remove them at will, even midway through a bar. But you do need to be careful of one counterintuitive thing. It doesn't add or remove the staves where you click, but rather at the place where you have notes selected. So make sure you select a note in the bar of the staff you want to remove, and then click remove. I understand why they did it this way, but I still tend to want to click the staff I'm trying to remove. And I'm consistently surprised when it's the last bar I was working on and it disappears. It takes some getting used to. Now, another clever time-saving feature that I really like is explode. Say you've written a chord in one part and would like to voice it across several instruments. Well, you simply copy the chord and select the instruments you'd like to voice the chord across. Go paste special, explode. You can see the notes spread across the strings come from the chord in the guitar part. We also get an expanded set of playable repeats, da capo, dal segno, codas, and the like. And the last thing that's been added to Dorico that I'm excited about is the ability to change the appearance of engraving symbols. You can manually modify them here, or even import entirely new graphics. This will really broaden Dorico's usefulness, opening up possibilities for those working in early music, or notating new, unusual techniques, or just allowing you to create scores with your own distinctive appearance. And this is just yet another way I feel like Dorico's priority is about freeing us from the rigidity and inflexibility of most software. Now, Dorico's approach to this isn't always intuitive to me, and to get the most out of its ever-expanding feature set, you're gonna have to learn some things. But at its best, Dorico feels smart, slick, and as I said in my first review, it'll definitely save you time. While I've only shared with you a snapshot of the new features I'm interested in, there have been hundreds of changes since Dorico 1. In my estimation, they've more than doubled the power of the software and included small, time-saving enhancements as well as giant, application-broadening features. Now, I hope two things will happen next. It'd make Dorico very hard to beat. First, they need to introduce guitar tablature, That's the one staple feature that I'm deeply surprised isn't already in it. That said, I do happen to know that it's something they're actively working on, and I'll surely figure out a way to implement it that's innovative and bring something new to the table. The other thing I'm hoping for is integration between Cubase and Dorico. Cubase has a score editor built in, but it's not really usable for serious notation tasks, and a direct conduit back and forth between Dorico and Cubase projects would make for a wildly convenient workflow. As it happens, I'm also aware of this as a development goal for the Dorico team. It's unclear when we'll see it. All in all, I have little trouble naming Dorico as the most inventive, forward-thinking notation software there is. That's it for my updated review of Dorico. Any questions? Ask in the comments. Thanks for watching. I'm Zahir Galt. I'll see you next time.